All righty, good Sunday morning to you. Hope everyone's having a nice day so far. It's going to be a messy mix of snow to sleet, maybe a little freezing rain for your Sunday. Good day to probably hang indoors. Wind becomes the focus tomorrow, and things start to quiet down over the next several days. So we'll get a break from our storms here. Thanks for joining me this morning. It's kind of a rare appearance. I get to hang out in the morning here at CBS Third Team. Thanks for joining us on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook this morning. The snow is gently falling. That sleet line is slowly starting to advance its way off to the north, and most of you will see a transition over to sleet between the hours of 10 a.m. and about 1 p.m. We're already seeing some of that, likely in the southern parts of York County and Seacoast, New Hampshire. So let's waste no time and start off where we can look at the sky cam. Why not? Here we go. That is a live look at our Portland sky cam. Snow is gently falling. We have a couple inches of snow on the ground. We'll probably get another inch or two before we'll wind this one down as far as snow and sleet accumulations go. This is not going to be a big snow maker. There's most areas probably get 4 or 5 inches of snow, and then this will shut down and turn to sleet and some freezing rain. So snow is not going to be the dominant type of precip this afternoon. There's a live look with the temperature of 22 degrees. And the wind is a little gusty. It's not going to be too bad as far as the wind goes today. A few things to highlight on the satellite radar. I think the winter mosaic radar is doing a pretty poor job picking up on where that mix line is right now. It appears as if it's down in Massachusetts. It looks as if some of that mix is already getting into southern parts of York County. And this is at 8:18 as I'm recording this. Let's get a little bit closer. And this is a product I very rarely use. Wouldn't ever use it on the air unless it's during a tornado situation or something. But this is what we call the correlation coefficient. What we're looking at here are low correlation values in precipitation particles in southern Maine. So see those yellows right there? What the radar is seeing is higher correlation values up here with precipitation type likely being snow. The lower correlation values, this is likely sleet. So the radar is seeing some ice pellets mixed in already down into York County. So it's coming in pretty quickly. Most areas, we've had 4 to 8 inches of snow for the coastal plain all the way back through the mountains. Best chance of getting on the upper end of that will be back through the foothills here. Southern Maine, if you have 3 inches of snow on the ground, you might get another inch. I think there'll be a lot of 4s before this starts to end as far as sleet. Change over to sleet. So that sleet is not going to be nearly as efficient as far as accumulations go for the afternoon. All right, let's widen things out here. Again, the winter mosaic radar is doing a pretty poor job picking up on the type of precipitation, at least in southern Maine, but we can get a general idea of what's happening on the map. Same old pattern here we've been highlighting for about a week. We have an area of low pressure up here, and there'll be a second area of low pressure developing out in here. And that does a few things. That's pretty important to our forecast, because if this little second area of low pressure didn't develop, we would not hold on to the northeasterly wind, which would not keep the cold air in place at the ground level. So you get that wind that rotates counterclockwise around low pressure that keeps in the cold air here in New England, or at least northern New England. Now, what you don't see on this, though, is the warmer air working in aloft at between 5,000, probably 6,000 and 7,000 feet. There'll be a little slug of warm air that gets above freezing. So at the ground level, we'll be in the 20s. Above us will be probably in the low 30s. So we're probably going to see snowflakes melting, becoming raindrops. And right at the ground level, we're going to see that those raindrops refreeze. We call that sleet and ice pellets. So there we go. And that's what we already have developing over southern areas. So as expected, this is not expected to be a major snow event. There was some, it's funny. It's been an interesting week. A lot of people have come up to me and said, Charlie, are we getting 12 to 15 inches of snow? And my answer to that is, where are we getting this information from? My guess is the apps, the weather apps. Maybe the Weather Channel. I don't know. I don't know where it was coming from, but most areas probably get 3 to 6 or 4 to 6 inches of snow. But we're already seeing some of that sleet. This is likely sleet from Sanford south. See those darker shades of blue? That is likely not snow, at least at the current hour. So there we go. And it's light snow farther off to the north. So the messy mix is still expected. I mean, there is no change in that. Sleet is going to be the dominant type of precip this afternoon. Let's look at some of the snowfall totals so far. This coming in from Thomaston over Midcoast, Maine 3. There are a lot of threes. Jetport's old, around 2. That's a couple hours old. And Gray, close to 3 inches of snow. Yeah, areas and down in Kittery, 6 inches. These areas that have 5-6 inches of snow, you'll tack on maybe another inch of snow, maybe some inch of sleet in some areas. But as far as additional accumulations, probably a couple more inches over southern areas, and that's it. So no changes here. I think we're going to end up in the lower end. A lot of 4 to 6s over southern regions. Eastern Maine's a little bit less. Best chance for getting over 8 inches will be in the mountains. And this little area right up in here, let's highlight this, in the presidential range, that is probably not going to be reached until tomorrow. So we have this through tonight, but upslope snow, we're probably going to need the upslope snow to get in over 10 inches. But jackpot will be northern Maine. There's no question about that. Northern Somerset County, northern Piscataquis County, Aroostook County, we have 10 to 16. There'll be areas that get over 16 inches of snow. So that is going to be the jackpot in snow. And notice I included sleet accumulation. Some areas could get an inch of sleet. It's one of those, but that compacts the snow. And I usually don't like to rely on sleet for making that accumulation work. So a lot of areas probably get 4, maybe 5 inches of snow and sleet accumulation. All right, let's talk about the timing. This is an important piece of the forecast here. Here we are, 10 o'clock this morning. That sleet line is slowly advancing north between 10 and 1 p.m. We've already seen in York County, likely we're seeing some sleet mix in already. So this may be just a little bit too slow getting that sleet to mix in. But temperatures are below freezing for most of the region right throughout the afternoon. And we're going to see that pink color, likely sleet, through the afternoon. So this area right here, sleets the ice pellets. They'll ping, ping, ping off your windows. That's what we're expecting for a good chunk of the afternoon. Areas that hold on to snow the longest for most of the event will be northern Maine, the western mountains of Maine, perhaps a few spots there in the White Mountains. But even those areas, especially in the White Mountains, you'll transition over to sleet for a little while during the course of the afternoon. So we're seeing this happen here. This is pretty cool. This model's picking up on the cold air, is trying to hang on from, the Mount Washington Valley. It's going to have a hard time doing that right up to Carrabassett Valley, Jackman, northern Coos County. So yeah, this is the area that will stay mostly snow. So some of the ski resorts will definitely benefit from this sort of setup. Areas like Sugarloaf, Saddleback will probably be, the winners in this one. The farther north they are, the farther high up they are. So those areas like Sugarloaf, Saddleback will probably be the winners. I guess Wildcat might be, but they might get more upslope snow for into tomorrow. But tomorrow's going to be a windy day. We'll talk about that in a second here. That pink color is likely sleet during the course of the afternoon and evening. That's 6 p.m. So we've been talking all week. Today's Sunday. All last week on how this is going to be a long duration storm. So a lot of folks started with light snow last night. We've had intermittent light snow during the overnight. Now it's picking up during the morning, and it comes to an end late tonight. So if you're part of a snow removal crew, probably doesn't end until very late tonight. Maybe, my guess, 11, 12, somewhere in there for a lot of areas. All right. And then you might see a few snow showers or a period of snow to end this one out around 11 o'clock as colder air works in above us and at the ground level. So we'll stay in the 20s. It's also in this window, the wind is starting to pick up. This is 11 o'clock tonight. The sleet and freezing rain is moving out. And that's something we haven't talked about. The greatest chance for seeing a little freezing rain is probably right along the coastal plain. That's something we don't want to see. Because, so we talked about sleet. Sleet's the ice pellets that ping, ping, ping off the windows. And that's not a huge deal. We can handle that. When we have freezing rain, we have raindrops falling and coating all of the tree limbs, the power lines, and that kind of thing. So the reason we don't want to see that is ice could coat some of the tree branches, and with wind picking up tomorrow, that could lead to some power outages. Regardless, if we see any freezing rain, there is the chance for scattered outages tomorrow, just because the wind is going to be so strong. Areas that get a little bit of freezing rain with some icing, and that's primarily along the coastal plain, you stand the greatest chance for seeing some outages there. So I think the best chance for freezing rain is going to be in this area right there. And that will be this late this afternoon into the evening. I don't think it's a big ice storm or anything like that. But, with wind picking up, certainly something to keep an eye on for tomorrow. Tomorrow's brighter. This is actually 4 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be cold tomorrow. Temps in the teens and low 20s. My daughter keeps asking. She wants to go skiing. I don't know. It's not going to be the best day to go skiing. It has the look of wind holds. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but regardless though, if you plan on being out tomorrow, just plan on some windy conditions and cold conditions. Wind chills will probably be a little below zero. Here we are, 1 o'clock in the morning for wind. Wind isn't much of an issue until the overnight. So the wind picks up going into the morning tomorrow. We'll get some gusts over 40 miles per hour. I think our peak wind gusts will be in the 40 to 50 mile per hour range. For Monday, that's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Factor in the temperatures in the teens and low 20s. There's your wind chills. That's about 7 o'clock in the morning on your Monday. And this is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on your Monday as well. So, wind chills will be a little below zero. Air temperatures will be in the teens and low 20s. Again, the primary concern, if we get some freezing rain, which is still a little bit in question, sleet should be the dominant type of precip this afternoon. That will be good news. But best chance will be along the coastal plain areas that do get a coating of freezing rain, leading to some icing. You stand a chance for getting some outages because the tree limbs are weighed down and the wind will blow it all around, and some of the weaker limbs can break in that sort of setup. I don't think it's a big ice storm situation though, so that hopefully will be good news there. And I think that's all I had today. Let's see. We're going to do another update later. Let's take a look quickly at the timing once again. Some of that sleet is already getting into southern areas. Maybe I can check some of your questions. Maybe if you have a report, I'd love to see what you have here. Tanya said, "Oh, you're welcome, Tanya. Nice to see you on here." Deborah, thank you for checking in today. Appreciate that. Nice to see you here as well. Lyman's got some good snow. Thanks, Lisa, for the update. So let's go back to the radar real quick. That's the snowfall amounts. If you're just joining us, thank you. Well, it looks like there's a few more snowfall amounts. Let's go check this out. Is that? Hold on. Yeah, that's the Weather Service in gray. That's a few hours old. All right. So this is the current radar. And this is probably I'm curious, anyone in York County reporting sleet? I think there's a decent chance some of that is sleet, and the Winter Mosaic radar is doing a very, very poor job. So yeah, some of that, actually, it's not too bad right now. So that yellow color is likely some sleet, at least in Seacoast, New Hampshire, down into southern Stratford County. There's a very good chance that is some sleet. But up in Lyman here, yeah, you have all snow so far. Good to know. Thanks for the report, Lisa. Let's see. Hasn't even started. Yes, Skowhegan. Yeah, but Skowhegan, you'll get it this afternoon. It's taking a little while to get up there, Chris. Let's take a look at the radar there. Hold on. We'll get this organized for you here. Up in Skowhegan, yeah, there it is, the leading edge. Still just south of you in Somerset County. So give it a while. It'll get up there. Some areas just off to your south have 2-3 inches of snow already, so it's coming. Not a blockbuster, though. This is not a blockbuster. Just kind of a messy, slippery mix. Still haven't had that big blockbuster this season. Freezing rain chances in Wilton, very low in Wilton, Connor. I think you'll get some sleet though. Get up there. That will be later today, but heavy snow in Sanford. All right, good to know. Appreciate that, Linda. Thanks for the heads up. As long as it stays rain, we'll be okay. Yeah, let's hope the rain and freezing rain stays away, Donald. I'm with you on that one too. Tina Biddeford says hello. Well, Charlie says hello. Thanks for checking in, Tina. Appreciate it. Randy, good morning. How much for the Gardner area? Probably 4-5 inches, somewhere in there, Richard. Sebago snow. All right. You got snow in Sebago. 2 inches in Oakland. Thanks for the update, Joseph. Appreciate that. Snow, no snow in Bangor, not yet. All right, it's coming. That's it's the app that comes up on the iPhone. Oh, you must be referring to the snowfall amounts. Yes. Yeah, the weather apps are bad. I don't know. All week people have been saying, "Charlie, we getting 15 inches of snow?" And the answer all week has been no, we're not. But it's the apps they run off of I think they run off of computer model. I don't even know where they get the data from, some of them. But yeah, you can check out our forecast online, and I always write a discussion in our app, and we'll try to keep you updated, better updated than some of the less reliable apps out there. We're in Lyman, and snow is falling. Good to know. All right, thanks, Kayla. All right, hello from Waterville. Hello, Asher. Good morning, Ashley. It's the app. The app. Okay, 5 inches of powder in Chelsea. All right, so we have 5 inches in Chelsea already. All right, you'll get a little bit more there in Chelsea. That's good. That's up there. Dud. Brian says, Dud. Started to snow in Jackman. All right, it's coming. You're going to get a lot of snow in Jackman. Jackman would be a good spot for snow here. Let's see. All right, snow in Gardner. Bobby Joe, thank you for checking in. Snowing in Arundel. You guys are great. Love the updates. Thanks, everyone. The reason I'm asking in York County, thanks for you guys came in clutch here. In York County, we're already seeing probably a little sleet. See that yellow color right there? This is we call the correlation coefficient. We're seeing lower coefficient values when the radar's hitting the sleet or the ice pellets. That pink color or the yellow color right there is likely some sleet. And the winter mosaic radar, this is reflectivity. This is what we're usually used to seeing on the radar, is probably not doing a great job. But that likely is heavy snow there in parts of York County. And this is down in southern York County is likely a little sleet. So yeah. Snow and cushion. You guys are coming through. Love it. All right. Oh, our first report. Paige coming through with some sleet in Kittery. Thank you. I was wondering. That's the way it looked on the radar. So thank you. All right. And Shannon's coming in with some sleet too. All right. So your snowfall accumulation is going to be shutting down here very soon. It already has. So you might go back and forth between snow a little bit over the next hour, but sleet's pretty much the dominant type going forward here for you. So what we're looking at, again, areas in the yellow. So in Kittery and Berwick. So there we go. Let's go down to Kittery. Yeah, that yellow color is likely some sleet. And the Berwicks, you've just changed over there. Sanford, you'll be next. Up towards Acton, Wells, Ogunquit, you'll change over very soon. So this right here is likely the sleet line, and that is slowly going to be shifting north over the next several hours. So that's what we're expecting here in southern and central Maine. Definitely sleet. All right. All right. 3-ish already, but started snowing. Good. All right. Good to know. No sleet in Arrowhead. All right. So that's probably, is that Lake Arrowhead, Waterboro? That's probably what you're referring to. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that, bud. Snowing in Standish. Looks like it's a decent little band in Standish right now. Nancy, thanks for checking in. All right. There's a little lull in Auburn. I was in Auburn last night, and it started to snow there. Probably around 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock. Yeah. I drove home in the snow. Yeah. Auburn's all snow right now. Yes. I was with my daughter. We were playing softball at the Ingersoll athletic facility there. So we had a nice time. 3 inches in Acton so far. You guys are great. Love the updates. Oh, in Waldoboro, Jennifer says. All right. So my guess is it's snowing in Waldoboro. What time is it going to end? Late tonight, Cheryl. Late tonight. Probably around midnight. 11 midnight, somewhere in there. Now might be a good time to go through the timing of this. No changes in totals. We're on the lower end of these, I think, from most areas, but the northern Maine gets the jackpot. So there's that sleet line advancing north between now and about 1 p.m. That pink color is likely sleet, and we'll be dealing with sleet, maybe a little bit of freezing rain at the coastline. So that's something we need to stay updated on. And we'll do another digital studio update, I don't know, around 11 maybe, just to see where things are gonna be. So and Cheryl, there's the back edge kind of coming through 10, 11 o'clock, and you may end with a period of snow as colder air kind of wraps in. But you'll notice the wind picking up. Tonight's one of those nights you may wake up with the wind picking up, especially if your bedroom window faces west. Heavy snow in Acton. All right, George. Thanks for the heads up. Good to see. What time can I fire up the snowblower in Portland? Good question. Stephen, I'd wait until tonight. There's a couple of reasons for that. The old pro move here will be wait until the sleet and freezing rain pretty much stops, because when you remove the snow and maybe get a little freezing rain on top of that, that's when things get icy. But when the snow can absorb a lot of that sleet and freezing rain for a while, and then you take it off with a crust on top, and that'll save you some trouble, hopefully. But I would say at some point, 10 o'clock and beyond, we're probably in good shape. So we'll go back to the radar real quick here. That's what I would say. All right. Heavy band of snow in Sanford. Plow King Stony. All right. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. You guys are great. We have a lull in Arbor. Okay. I just saw that, Crystal. Thank you. Snowing in Standish. Thank you. And Alton says, this is light, fluffy snow, blows right off, and the wipers are sufficient to clear the window. Sleet, be more difficult to clear from the window if you have a clean car. Wait, yes, exactly. You're a pro. I can tell you're a seasoned pro at this, Alton. Yeah, so the idea is just wait until it's over, because the sleet and the freezing rain, the snowpack can absorb it, and then it just becomes crusty and it's easy to clean off. But especially if we have freezing rain, which is still a little in question. I think the coastal plain, within the first 20 miles of the coast, that's our best chance for getting a little freezing rain later today. And if we do, and you've cleaned the car off, all that ice is going to stick to the cars, and then you have to scrape it. So if you want to avoid scraping, just wait until it's over. The snow should absorb it. Heavy snow in Gorham. All right. Thanks for waking up with us, Nate. Appreciate it. How's the weather going to be tomorrow in Brunswick? Cold and windy, Diane. Yeah, winds will gust over 40 miles per hour. That's the big weather story tomorrow. Let's look at the wind. So there's the old wind tracker. Wind picks up late tonight. We'll start to get some gusts over 40 miles per hour tomorrow. So there we go. Wind chills will be around 0. Air temps in the teens and low 20s. Nothing we can't handle, but it's just going to be cold. It's tough because, kids are on vacation. They want to do fun stuff. And it's just when it's windy, it gets a little uncomfortable. That will be tomorrow. And there could be some outages. Regardless, even if we get freezing rain, there could be some outages tomorrow. Donald. My customers have been mad. They've been paying out the wazoo for snow, sir. It's been a busy stretch, Donald. It sure has. Oh, boy. All right. Well, you guys are great. I appreciate it. All right. So we still have a few hundred people checking in. So I'll just walk through this one more time as far as the timing goes, and then we'll put it to bed for a little while, and we'll be back here around 11:30 or so. I have to do some cut-ins to what is it? It's CBS Sunday Morning that's on right now on CBS 13 or coming on here. So here we go with some of the snow changing to sleet. Sleet's the dominant precip this afternoon. So the messy mix continues. Areas that hold on to snow the longest will be areas in the mountains and northern Maine. Northern Maine stays all snow. There we're going to get 10 to 16 plus. Then we get 10 to 20 inches of snow in northern Maine. So those areas haven't had much snow this season so far. So they could really benefit for some snow for snowmobiling and outdoor recreation. But it looks like this mess starts to wind down. Probably intermittent snow showers between 10 and about 1 a.m., 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. And we have some sun returning tomorrow. So tomorrow looks to be better, but it's going to be cold and it is going to be windy. All right, John says fat flakes. All right, you know what that means? Fat flakes. You might be changing over soon. All right, we'll leave it at that right now. All right, I have to go do some work over in the weather office. Thanks for joining me on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Appreciate all the updates. You guys have been great, and we'll keep you posted later on this morning. I think I'll be in the early afternoon at least, and meteorologist Ryan Munn's going to come in, and we'll do a little overlap, and he'll be talking. He gets to give you the bad news this afternoon. He'll tell you all about the sleet and the freezing rain, and I'll be back at 11:30 or so, and I'll have some bad news for you then. As far as sleep, I mean, this is manageable. I'm just joking around, but this is a pretty manageable event. Just one of those days just to kind of hang indoors if you can. All right, folks, have a nice evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time it is. It's 8:42 in the morning, so I'm all messed up with the times, but have a good morning, everyone. Take care.